Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Between Two Hats with your hosts, Patrick Osman and Phillip Burton. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are blessed with yet another guest. This specific individual is an extremely exciting individual. This individual we met recently in Atlanta and we connected with her. Both Phil and I happened to be at a specific corporate event. We met Kait and we thought, you know what? We heard your story. We thought, you know what? We've got to publicize this. The world needs to find out about Kait. So Kait Feeney, welcome to Between Two Hats.
We should call it three hats today because I had to, of course, wear this and match y'all. But this is more my energy, as you know. So, yeah.
Kait's
You are
coming with
bringing
the
it. I'm
big
just gonna
cowboy
tell you
energy.
that.
She's ready.
Happy to be here.
It's amazing. Like,
Thank you.
and we've had guests. We've only had a couple of guests that had a hat. I'm trying to think, maybe two, right, Pat? You have set the bar pretty high, my dear. Pretty high.
I think it should be a requirement. I think anybody that comes on now should have to showcase their personality via hat.
I'm loving that. That'll
I
be
mean,
our
I
new
could throw a lot
requirement.
of
No hat, no podcast, no ticky, no laundry. You just
No
don't
hat,
get it.
no
That's
play.
how it works.
No hat, no play, ladies and gentlemen. Hey,
Look-
before we keep going, hey Phil, I bought this
Oh,
sign.
that's so good.
So I've got a remote with it, so it lights up.
No.
That's
so I'm gonna
amazing.
throw it up behind me somewhere over here or something,
That's amazing.
and then I'm just gonna flick the switch every time we're recording, just to
Love
add to the vibe.
I love it.
That's amazing. You need it up behind you though, so we can see it, so it's so official.
Yeah, I agree. I got to find a spot. I'll sort
When we
it out.
grow up and we're big time podcasters, we'll have the studio and all that someday.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's all coming soon. So, Kait, welcome to the podcast. It's exciting to have you on. Obviously, we met, you and your team in Atlanta at the Brandywine event,
Yeah.
and then we've now seen you at multiple different conferences. So you're making your way through the industry. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. You'll see me around because now I'm here. I'm here.
And then you're here to stay.
I hope so. That's the plan, at least.
Who wouldn't want to be a
Sometimes
part
so.
of this crazy business, right?
I know. It's a fun business, honestly. It really is. It's a fun business. It's a good bunch of people. And as long as you've got a great product and a great service and you got a sustainable reputation and you're delivering to improve the lives of every American moving into homes, then, let's make it happen. Let's do it. Right, Phil?
Well, I'm just a little worried about Kait being a wallflower because her personality is so subdued and she's very shy. I just don't know if you're going to be able to break out and really get to be known, and just let us know if we can help.
It's funny. We internally, now anybody who watches this is going to know the secret, but sometimes on our meetings, with partners and things, I have to get a little hand gesture from the team for me to if my energy is getting
Take
too
it
low.
from a 10 to a 2.
I need to, learn that not everybody operates at frequency. So, adjust your audience, know your people. But
I love that.
so far, most everyone has been very welcoming of my quirks and my energy. So I think it's a good space to be in. I joked with someone the other day, like 10 of 10 recommend if you're looking to change industries, as I did 18 months ago. This is a very great one to get into.
That's amazing.
18 months ago. Okay.
Maybe-
Phil, I got questions and I'm ready to start firing, brother.
Oh,
So
Kait, I'm just going to
I
tell
got
you.
answers, I think.
I know
We'll
this guy
see.
really well. And I know from the beginning of the podcast, he is ready to lean into you in a good way. He is so excited to data mine you
All right. Okay.
and get questions. Like, he was ready to go. Let's get going. So yeah. This is going to be fun.
Okay. All right.
Right. What I loved, and I'll share this with the group, if anyone's thinking about working with you guys, me not knowing exactly how it fits for all the people that listen to us, but I know there's a fit. Your energy and the belief in what you're doing and the folks behind it were real. And you guys showed up that way. It was so, I'm teasing about the little baby calf, but that's the truth. It was just this excitement to share what you guys have built. I think you called it a redemption story or somewhere in there. Like,
did. Yeah.
There's some terminal. I remember that stuck with
I
me.
can talk about that. Yeah.
And I want you to. And so it was really cool because Pat and I really focus on this in our lives, our personal lives, our professional lives. Show up and be who you are.
Yeah.
Because that's the win. Your company and what you do is important because you that's what you're selling, but how you show up is the difference for most people. And so, chat about that if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So my background is I was a labor and employment attorney for a long time, and I spent the beginning part of my career counseling companies on how to compliantly lay people off. So real feel good work, flying around,
Yeah.
risks, reductions in force, things like that. Somebody asked me once if it was like George Clooney up in the air, and I was
I
like,
was just going
kind
to
of.
ask you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of in a way. So, then you get a skill set, and I'm being known as the
I'd
person
love to be fired by
who
you.
can, who can do this? Oh, I don't know
I
about
would
that.
love to be fired.
You know
Celebrity
me
firings.
now. You don't know
Yeah.
me in that role working for law firms, and my
Kate, put that
customers.
hat on. Show them what that hat looks like
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
like
Kate
exactly.
the
my
Hammer's coming
customers
in.
being the employees at that, or being the employers, not the employees at that time. So, I was doing that for a while, and, I started having kids, and I started being like, gosh, is this the thing I want my legacy to be, that like I go around like, firing people? And so then about 10 years ago, I went in-house at my first startup, got bit by that bug, love the energy, fits with my personality. But then I found myself being the one who was having, layoff conversations directly with our own team. And that was another layer, one thing when you're coming in and teaching people how to write the script or what to say, and another when you're sitting on the across from someone on the table delivering that news. So the origin story for DenZen, which is my company, is about 18 months ago, a bunch of my friends got laid off. And it was across industries. We're talking doctor, lawyer, pharmacist, consultants at McKinsey who'd been there for decades. And they all said, something to the effect of, if I don't get a new job by insert very short time frame, I don't know how I'm going to pay rent or mortgage. Um, Admittedly, I was a little judgy. I was like, "What the heck, Kevin? We all been working, and don't people have savings? And like, what is happening?" And then I started digging into the financial data, and it is absolutely scary when you look at millennials and Gen Z. And what I now say, they have a coin purse. Most people don't have a safety net, and they are one missed paycheck away,
Yep.
from a pretty precarious financial situation. And so, that happens, and either the options currently are you're depleting your savings if you're lucky enough to have it, or you're racking up credit card debt. I knew people putting groceries on credit cards, taking out personal loans to keep their kids, in certain schools and not have it be disruptive. And I just thought, gosh, that sucks. And then I thought, wait, wow, like what's going on for, the owner operators and people on this side of the lease and loan here, like they're just stuck carrying that when people can't pay and dealing with the losses. So yeah, we got the idea that we'd create a new financial safety net. And if a resident loses their job, we pay our property partner directly for up to 3 months. Keeps people housed. We're in the business of, American families, keeping them financially resilient
I
and
love it.
and not having property partners bear those losses. So
So where's the pool of money and who backs you guys up? Is it insurance? Is it you guys? Is it private equity? Is it a round that you raised? What's the runway?
yeah, absolutely. So we have a couple of insurance carrier partners behind us. So from a risk perspective, all risk is on them. So even though we're an early stage company, that's not an issue that we wouldn't be able to pay, claims or something. And then, yeah, we did just close an oversubscribed round. So we're backed by some pretty big names in Silicon Valley, angels, as well as, funds across fintech and InsurTech. So really excited, for our partners there. And yeah, got a good healthy runway to get this launched.
So for the least smart person on this podcast,
Ah,
me right
me?
here. No, me. It's me.
Okay.
It's this guy. It's this fella. When you say oversubscribed, does that mean you had more money coming at you than you needed, than you'd asked to raise?
Absolutely. We went out to raise a specific amount, and we had well above what we were going to raise. We
That's
actually had
cool.
to say no to some people. But yeah, so
That's awesome. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I think, and again, getting in the nuts and bolts of what you do is critical. And you're going to do that when you're meeting with folks and you're having, your time in front of the people that you want to pitch to, right? But just this personality and the energy and why you did what you did. I think we all have to make money, right? We all have to earn an income, for most of us anyways. Pat, from his international modeling days is probably set, but yeah, he was a hand model. Don't get me wrong. Had nothing to do with that face.
Stop it. You were not.
Yeah, yeah. International hand
I was a
model.
hand model
Yeah.
for 7 years.
Yeah. Jergens, all
I
the big
literally
lotion
can't tell
brands.
if you're joking or serious
Yeah.
because
I
in
was a
some
hand model.
I can
Big,
believe this, actually.
No,
big, the
for 4
big
years,
lotion
for
brands.
4 years, I had
Yeah.
they did my right hand, and then for some reason, my left hand got introduced, and then I
Wow.
was no, 4 years I was right hand, then 2 years I was left hand.
See?
You need to lead with that fact. I love it.
Yeah.
He's humble. He doesn't
It
like the spotlight, as you can tell.
so
Yeah.
so
So
you
if I can
highlight
just,
hands. Okay, all right.
yeah. So it should just be
I
the
can leave
Pat
them here for you if you
podcast,
like.
apparently.
I'll just keep it there.
Yeah. Keep it. Yeah. There you go. Lead with the moneymaker. Put it in front of your face, and maybe we'll get some work done around here.
Yeah, back to you.
Yeah.
full of shit.
Yeah.
No
let's
one's a-
talk.
no one's a
back
fucking
to
hand
me.
model.
Like, yeah. Here,
Just FYI.
I was a hand model too. It didn't work out.
Oh my gosh.
I'm surprised my wife married me when she saw this. Yeah. So
You guys are a hoot.
the reason behind why you got into this business is really cool, and I think that matters. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and what I was saying about, you know, your pitch and your story in the business, that's going to be told in a room when you're closing a deal.
Yeah.
How you get to that room is people knowing that you didn't just do this because, hey, I want to go make a shit ton of money, because
Yeah.
which is why a lot of folks get into business. It's you saw a need, you felt the human connection
Yeah.
to an aspect of this business, which Pat and I've talked about before too, is we're not dealing with homes. We're dealing with homes, and we're dealing with the people that
Yeah.
are in those homes. And
Absolutely.
that's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
I said to my daughter this last Thanksgiving, we're sitting there, and I got older boys and stuff. And, you know, I can remember a not too distant time where we're sitting at Thanksgiving dinner with negative $100 in my account
Yeah.
and not sure what tomorrow's going to look like, but we were thankful to be there today.
Yeah.
Wow. And enjoying that moment. Right. And
Yeah.
that's what I brought up to her. I said, you know, just enjoy the moment, because you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes with people.
Yeah.
And that financial impact and that scare for most people is real.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I have to actually give credit to my husband for this because a few reasons. A couple of years, so we have 4 lovely children together.
God bless.
And a couple of years ago, you know, by some metrics that some people might measure success outwardly, it looked great. You know, I'm CEO of this company.
Right.
We, you know, climb the ladder, all the things. It's good. And he had taken a step back to stay home with our young kids, which is also kind of unheard of these days. So for one,
Right.
he's just super badass for doing that. But for two, when I came to him, I remember he was sipping his coffee and looking out the front window. And in some ways, I brought this up hoping he would talk me out of it. But I came downstairs to him and I just was like, I think I want to quit my job. And mind you, I'm saying this as the breadwinner, the only
Yeah.
income in our household, in
Yeah.
everything. And
He said that?
no, I said this to him.
Oh, okay.
I said, I think I want to, you know, quit my job. And, you
Okay.
know, in some ways, I'm hoping he's going to talk me out of this. Like, I've
Yeah.
been thinking about it for a while. Maybe it's that day, whatever. And, you know, he looks out the window and he takes a sip of his coffee and he's
Like a
like,
boss, right? Like the
yeah,
Don.
like a boss. And he
Yeah.
says, you know what? Bet on yourself, Kate.
Oh,
And
I love that.
I share that too because I think one of the things I learned through this is like one of the best career decisions you can make is who your partner is and do they believe in you, and maybe life decisions, I guess I should say. And
Big.
so I gotta say, DenZen probably wouldn't be here if he wasn't like, yeah, go fucking do it. Like, because you know, we ourselves to go do it. We cashed out a 401k. We lived without an income for 15 months before we ever closed any capital. And you know, our kids are 7, 5, 3.5, and 2. So
Wow.
we're we're in it and they're young and we were, you know, making bets using our own, you know, financial savings because that's how deeply I believed that this should exist and other
That's
people
amazing.
shouldn't be in the position I found and heard that my friends were. So, yeah, the why behind it is
What's
really
what's the cap table look like?
yeah, so we've got Bridget Lau, who is owner of the Golden State Warriors. So some people know her from that. Some people know her
Nice.
from the checks she's written in SF. And she also has Firework Ventures. And then we have Halcyon Venture Partners. So they're, you know, based on the East Coast. And then we have Outside VC. It's a fintech fund. And then True Stage Ventures, which is the strategic arm of True Stage Financial.
Uh-huh.
Pretty pretty big.
I have a
Also
life
keeping
insurance
in.
policy with True Stage, I
Oh,
believe.
there you go.
There you go.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
technically, I'm an investor in your company.
There you go. I
Yeah.
guess technically you are.
Yeah.
And a couple other angels who I
Yeah.
know prefer not to be named, but yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And you're out of the people that we met so far, you're on the cap table as well. You're the only one.
Oh, no. It's me. So I'm CEO and co-founder. And then my co-founder, Derek, was not actually there.
Got it.
Yeah. His mom had just passed away, sadly. So he
Oh,
wasn't
that's a
able to make
bummer.
Got
that.
it. May she
Um,
rest in peace.
yeah, absolutely. RIP Mary. But yeah, us. And then we give equity to our early employees too. So
Nice.
That's amazing.
Nice. Positive.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. So, you guys launched what? How many months ago?
we came out of stealth like 2 days before the Blueprint conference. So this was
Okay.
September.
Yeah.
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 Wow. So this is
Yeah.
really fresh.
Yeah.
Have
This
you
is super
have you
fresh.
landed and rolled out your first client yet?
We have not rolled out yet, but
Okay.
we have some pilot partners we're looking to launch with in Q1. So we're fingers crossed all that goes well. But honestly, I mean, even what we've learned in the last 3 months has just been, pretty incredible. Actually, it's
Yep.
really interesting. We first launched this, in multifamily, but actually all our earliest champions are in single family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Does this compete directly with the Susu's product?
I'm not familiar, so I don't know.
Susu have a product where if the resident doesn't pay rent, then the resident gets access to a $5,000 zero interest loan, and the Susu will pay the property management company directly.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it cool, or isn't that what you do?
I mean, I don't know, kind of. Like for us, we're not giving a loan to the resident. The arrangement we have is essentially the debt is the obligation to pay rent to the owner operator is forgiven and we pay the owner operator directly. So we're not necessarily,
So, but you guys must charge. So who pays for your service? The resident, right?
it could be either. We have 2 models. So
So
yeah,
can
we
it
have
be
some
ancillary
partners.
revenue for the owner too
Yep.
by charging? Okay. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk about your pricing model. I want to hear that.
Sure. So, for us, kind of the innovation we are bringing to the space is we actually created a proprietary model that assesses risk at the portfolio level. So we'll get the rent roll, we'll look at that. And then from there, we'll be able to get a quote. It's typically 1 to 4% of the monthly base rent. And we're looking at things like bad debt, delinquencies, current eviction rate, et cetera. But what's great about our product, I think, is that essentially it's guaranteed issue. So, in the resident opt-in model, if your property gets approved, your community, any resident that wants it gets it. We're not looking individually at them, at a credit score or just what's going on with them personally. We're looking at the whole portfolio. So that means nobody's ever going to get denied who might need it. And it can scale across income levels because it's relevant to what the rent actually is for that individual.
Okay. And look, sometimes Phil will randomly text me mid podcast and tell me to calm down, or you're being too intense,
Or
and
stop playing with your microphone because you'll tap his microphone.
Yeah. So I
So
feel
great.
that he's going to message me at some point saying, "Be nice," right? But
Okay.
I haven't gotten anything yet. So if I come across like I'm chewing up like a tiger, please let me know. But by
You know
no
what?
means.
I think I can handle it. I am a former
Okay.
litigator, so
Yeah.
I
Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
counselor, give it back to him. I think
Yeah.
these are leading questions, and he's badgering the witness. So
Settle down.
I
Hey,
think
listen, I'm just a
yeah.
cute, fluffy M&M guy. Take it
I'm-
easy, bud.
I moved to strike his last line of questioning immediately, counselor.
no, I love
Um,
it. I love it.
No, it's so funny because, and here's what I've obviously getting to know him and being such good friends. I
Yeah.
love the guy. I watch him turn into it is data mining business Pat and data mining in a good way. He wants to punch holes and stuff so he can learn also to
No,
help.
please do because
Yeah,
also I was gonna say that, elevates us as we're,
For sure.
launching
I'll
this
tell you where I'm at. Where I'm
like,
at right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
I'm grabbing you by the throat. Where
All
I'm
right.
at
All
right
right.
now is that why have we not cut a deal yet? I don't understand.
I knew it. There it is. There it is. There it is.
I mean,
You know,
you're a startup.
I can tell
We've
you
got
why.
$250,000. Why have you not abused my phone or someone from your team or abused Phil Yee or someone to get a deal done? Because we forgot. I only remembered you because I had a podcast. But like, I think you got a great product, and I believe that we should roll your product out through our doors. And you and I right now have missed out on a bunch of money for
you
60
scared the
days.
shit out of our BD guy
Settle
when he
down.
blew ashes on you. He's
Well,
like,
I was
It was
gonna
the
jack off.
say,
CEO.
I think that's the reason why we really haven't gotten it
Yeah,
done
he's
yet.
terrified to call.
But here we are. I'm ready, so we can take that conversation offline and have it any day of the week.
Oh boy.
I'm twice on Sundays. I'm available, so you let me know, like
I love it.
whatever.
Yeah,
But
cool.
no, we should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that in our RVP, this would be a great plug and play, right? Considering, all the doors that we've got already. The only thing is being an early adopter of a brand new product that has not been launched, there's a fucking risk with that, right? And
There's huge-
obviously,
Yeah.
Utility of LA, like, God bless, I'm so grateful for all that God's given us. We've been up and running now for 4.5 years. I personally bootstrapped this business. I did a friends and family raise. And
Amazing.
then, we're 35 employees and growing right now,
That's
which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was in your shoes before. You know what I
Totally.
mean? And I was in my underwear at 6 a.m. and I hadn't slept for like 2 days because I was coding our CRM and getting everything up and running, right?
Yeah.
And by no means am I that guy, but I got us at 60%, just enough to run, right?
Yeah.
But BD and connecting with people is my strength.
Yeah.
So look, I think that I would personally love the opportunity for you to connect with Phil Yee, our Chief Commercial Officer.
I was just gonna say, I ran into him at SFR West, and he said the same thing. Like, why haven't we gotten something done yet? And now I'm beginning to think maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a bad salesperson. Maybe I
With all due respect, you got 100% or 75% of our sales team talking to you saying, why haven't we gotten the deal done? We're clearly saying you are the problem. So there's no maybe. You are the problem.
All right. So I'm gonna, I guess, what is the phrase you used? I'm gonna abuse the inbox. I don't think I have your cell, so I don't think I can. I don't have text privileges to
That's
abuse.
not my fault. That is not my fault.
This is so great.
You know what I
This
mean?
is business development and startup 101.
Bro,
by
this
Pat-
is not
Pat
my fault,
Osman.
bro.
Okay,
That is not
all
my
right.
fault.
Okay.
Lusha, lusha.com. Deploy that onto your LinkedIn. You can get anyone's number in America right now.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a nugget for
That's-
everyone. Everyone in BD, you want to get anyone's number in America,
Okay.
in the world, just deploy Lusha. Put on your LinkedIn,
All
add
right.
the thing, add the what's it
We'll
called? The
test
integ-
this theory. I guess we'll
the
test it.
integration?
We'll see if
Yeah.
it works. I'm
Yeah.
gonna test.
And then you cold call someone and they say, where's your number from? You say, listen, there's a thing that's called Lusha, and I think you've agreed somewhere in your life to give your data to someone, and I got it.
That's it.
You sent it somewhere along the line to that little box
Yep.
you never read.
Yep.
And now you're
So-
in.
But here's what's so cool about this, right? Because I'm gonna throw it out to like the listening public, to us right now. How fun is it to see how this happens in the real world, right? And when you have these interactions, we go to you, we meet you at that Brandywine event, right?
Yeah.
And we're there supporting this great cause. Love Jackie Lee and the team over there.
A queen. She's elite. I love her.
Yeah, she's unbelievable. She's a boss. And so we're there doing some good philanthropic stuff, raising some money, supporting them. We just happened to all sit down for cigars. Then you run into Phil. Now you're on this podcast, and those moments, those opportunities knock all the time, and we don't always hear them. Like Pat's teasing you a little bit, but you don't
I was
always
just
know
going
when.
in. He had
Yeah.
me at the throat. Like he said.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
It's
not
fun, it's fun.
everybody
We're just having
knows
fun.
how to ask
We're just
for the
having fun.
business. I teach that to anyone that I get to work with in the sales world that I live in. You got to ask for the business, and there's nothing wrong with hearing no, because
Yeah.
no is just a way to a yes later, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so this is a really cool. Watch what you say there, buddy. This is a really cool.
What's scary about asking for business? Can we address that right now between three of us? What's scary? Because my brain does not understand
No,
the
me
fear.
neither.
Okay, so what's scary
Yeah.
about it?
I don't think anything is scary about it. Actually, I think the miss for me probably was I hadn't considered, sort of you all from a third party perspective as like being
Yeah, that
someone that
linkage.
would
No,
wanna
no, no,
work
no.
Like,
Look,
so admittedly, I wasn't asking or not asking because I was scared. It was more
yeah,
like I
no,
hadn't connected that
by
yeah.
no means am I pointing the finger. I'm just
He's
mucking around
pointing
with
it at
you.
me.
I'm
He's
playing,
pointing it
right?
at me.
I'm talking. I'm talking. I know for a fact that there is people out there like my wife. Okay, perfect example. She can't close a deal if you put a gun to her head and pull the trigger.
Oh,
It's
you
just not
stop
happening.
it.
No, I can call her right now. Right? She doesn't she gets scared. And she says to me, "You're the deal guy. I'm not the." When I first started the company, I said, "You are getting on the phones and you are closing customers. It's happening." She said, "No, I'm
Yeah,
not." I said,
yeah.
"You." I said, "Yes, you are. I'm not negotiating with you, right? It's going down. It's only me and you right now, you know." And she will tell you right now when you meet her, you ask her what was the one thing that you hated at Utility Ballet. She will
She'll
say the
say that.
first 8 weeks when I had to be on the phone to customers.
Okay.
She's like, I hated it. I couldn't.
Yeah.
People get uncomfortable asking for business, man. It's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, I don't think I have that gene either. I mean, despite the things we've been chatting about today,
Well,
I
yeah,
don't have it. I don't know. Ooh.
you're also in a place too where you're drinking from a fire hose, right? Because you're trying to figure out all these different avenues of where you're going to find your clients, your first real,
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
foundational people, and
Yeah.
then you've got these other
Mm.
ancillary opportunities that are going to present themselves that don't look like, he doesn't look like a client opportunity, but he
Yeah.
is. That partnership that you could have with Pat if it works out, right? Could be the door that opens all those 250,000 doors to you to other
Yeah.
stuff. Like, and that's the part
Proverbially and
where,
literally.
yeah, 100%, literally, right? And for the folks listening that are maybe in that seat of like they're scared to ask, or that you just be authentic and transparent and ask for that business. And you don't and
Yeah.
listen to the people around you like we're having fun with it, but it's those moments. And Pat's done this to me. He's like, "Hey, do you do business with
Yeah.
that?" Like we're at a dinner. He's like, "You do business with that guy over there?" I said, "No, not really." Yeah. He said, "Why not?" Like, go walk. Like he'll walk right up and say, "Are we doing a deal today or not?" Like, "I've been after you for 2 weeks. Why are we
Yeah.
not doing this?" And and it's very authentic. And to the outsider, it can look harsh, but it's
Yeah.
not. And it's really
Yeah.
what they want. They don't
Yeah.
want to fuck around anymore
Yeah.
and pretend like they're going to respond to your email. Either you're going to do a deal or you're not. He just
Yeah.
did this the other night
Well,
at that show, and I was like,
Which
"Yeah,
when?
uh,
Oh, that guy.
yeah." I don't
The
want to
guy
say
in the
names. I
courtyard.
don't want to say names, but you're like,
I girl's name, yeah.
you grab him and said, "Dude, are we doing a deal or not?"
Yes or no?
That's simple.
Don't stop. Don't dance.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
so one of the takeaway for the listeners is find you in the courtyard because I think that's where you
Yes,
you know,
that's where it
our
happens.
conversation in Atlanta
Yeah.
is that's
Yeah.
where you're hanging out. So
100%. And
Yeah,
if
you gotta be in
if
the
you see
courtyard.
Pat coming and you haven't given him a deal, just run, because
Yeah,
yeah,
he's going to
run.
chase you.
that
Yeah, he'll get you.
It's going down.
one of the
100%.
things I feel like I've been trying to lean in more too since really diving all in on this entrepreneurial journey was something I was telling myself while I was still working somewhere else, but it was like, the cavalry is you. I'm waiting for
There's no
somebody to
chopper.
come save
Yeah.
me from this
That's not happening. No.
situation that I don't like and I don't want to be in and I don't want to work there anymore and I don't necessarily enjoy who I'm working with. Like I'm the cavalry. I'm the only person who can ride out into the
That's it.
sunset
That's
and like
you.
that
That's you.
situation. And I don't want to like dismiss like there was a lot of privilege in that too. We had, deep savings and had made other investments and had areas. So I don't want anyone listening to think like I'm naive enough to think, yeah, it's a job tomorrow and all will
Yeah,
happen.
it'll
But
all happen. No big deal.
I think in
But
some way,
with all due respect, even if someone does think that, it's got nothing to do with them, and it's not their problem anyway.
yeah,
Just saying.
the cavalry is you, I think is
That's it.
the is the theme
You
here.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I get that. Reputation is important. You got to protect it. What's your what opportunities do you think that that you have bumped into that you
Mhm.
think you can work on as an entrepreneur?
Mm. So it's been
This is the vulnerable podcast, by the way. This is where we come clean and we
oh
just,
yeah.
yeah, we let the industry know this is our upsides, this is our downsides. We're
That's
working
right.
on them.
Yeah,
The good,
yeah.
the bad.
So the one that I'm going to share, because our product in the current state is, to use an insurance term, the peril is job loss. But we have learned, and in talking to so many folks, there are other, perils that they would like to see covered. So there are people who've talked to us who have said, hey, like, actually, the number one reason for us and these are we're properties in Manhattans for perspective. But for us that we're, losing here is somebody gets divorced. And then, they can't pay their rent. And, they gave a very
Like a
stereotypical,
2-income family, and now the one
yeah,
person's staying in the unit, and
and some
yeah.
other things. And so when I think about, your question of what can we work on, the reason we actually describe DenZen as pioneering income disruption is because I think that there are a lot of things that can fit under income disruption. And I also think that there are a lot of ways, it's not just, oh, you're a W-2 employee. Like, people are moving to fractional and gig work and other things that you're not laying yourself off when you're self-employed, but you might have situations where you lose income and you fall on hard times. So for us, I think that North Star always is keep the roof over people's heads, keep cash flow coming to our partners. But I think that there's a lot of ways in which we are creating a new category and we get to define what that means. And that's really exciting and cool and fucking terrifying at the
Yeah,
same.
right. So you got to just think bigger than what you're like myopic and focus in how you started the company, the why,
Mm,
but
yeah.
you can have a bigger focus now because it can probably be a lot more than you think it can be.
There's a lot of reasons why somebody might have an income disruption that isn't a layoff,
Yeah.
and that definitely affects their financial situation and certainly jeopardizes the fact that, current data says 40% goes to housing costs, 40% of people's incomes. So,
That's a
yeah, I
pretty,
think
because
that's
the number
exactly,
historically used to be in the high 20s, right?
yeah,
It's creeped
it's
up a lot.
40% now.
People
Yeah.
are overbuying, overspending for that
Mhm.
rental. But
Mhm.
what about like in Pat's case? Because he loses a lot of money on betting on Latvian ping pong, women's Latvian ping pong, and
Latvian ping pong.
yeah, well,
I'm gonna
they
speak on behalf of our carrier partners and say
probably
they're
not.
not gonna cover that. I don't think that
Ooh,
that's a peril they're gonna take.
that's a tough conversation for Kiara coming up. But okay, I wanted to cover that for him.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hi, buddy.
I'm fact checking right now the 40% number.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
look what he does. Look
what
what
are
he
you
does.
seeing? Tell me, are you getting 40% or tell me you're getting something
Ah,
higher?
I'm getting the rule of thumb. Okay, by the way, let me state the
No, don't
source.
use what financial people tell
Thank you.
you.
What's the
You should
actual
then
data?
I'm
One
seeing
moment. One
actual
moment.
costs.
First, I'm
Call
going
him
to tell
out.
you guys the source. The source
Call
is
him out.
ChatGPT 5.2.
Okay,
That's the
okay,
source.
okay.
She then said, United States most commonly cited benchmarks, an average of 30% of gross income goes towards housing. That's what it says. Housing costs include rental, mortgage, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and HOA fees.
Yeah.
Renters, 30 to 40%. So it's
Yeah,
on par
there it
with what
is.
you
So I
said.
passed. I'm not a liar is what
Look
you're
at
saying.
No, you're
look
not
at this
allowed.
guy
You're
coming
not allowed.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh
No, you're
man.
good.
Okay. Whew, good. Otherwise, I was gonna have to be doing
Yeah,
some
you're
research
gonna have
after
to
this
like
and give you the
rewrite all your
data where I got.
pamphlets. So tell me this too. Okay, I want a couple things.
I
Yeah.
feel I'm
And I
really
don't know
enjoying
what
this podcast. by the way,
this is
just
so
letting you
fun.
know. Yep,
Where
having a
does
blast.
DenZen come
Kate's
from? Like,
fun.
tell me about the name. I know that's not super
Oh,
important to.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you asked
Did
because
Denzel Washington have anything to do with it?
no. Although I was a huge
Tell me, Denzel.
But I'm gonna tell you something so weird right now. I was a huge fan of Denzel Washington when I was younger, like very younger, probably even should have been watching Denzel Washington movies. And me and my best friend, who's now a famous WNBA player, by the way, we
Nice.
created this song. And I don't know why we would sing this at school. I promise this means something, but we would create this song and we were like, when Denzel was a baby, a baby, a baby, his mom used to go, wow, Denzel Washington sounds like a pretty good name.
Oh my God.
And
Yes.
if you would like her name and information to fact check that this exists, I will give it to you.
I believe you, and I hope Denzel is
Hey, can you do
watching
me a
this,
favor? One
and
second.
we get him on the podcast.
Can you call her right now, put her on speaker, and don't tell her on a podcast. Just say, hey, can you sing that song? And don't even tell her
Sing,
what song it is.
sing me the
And
Denzel
let's
song.
see if she sings it. Go.
I don't know if she's gonna answer, but I will
If
try.
not, that's cool.
I
But
will
this is
try.
amazing.
No, but
Don't prep her.
Yeah.
Just say this is super important.
Okay.
I need you to sing our Denzel song if she can
Okay.
remember it.
That's it.
I don't know if she's gonna. I hope she remembers there was a song. I don't know if she'll remember it, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna do
Oh my
this.
God, I love this.
Hold on.
Let's do it.
Hold on. All right.
She's going to be like, you wacko. What institution are you in and why are they making you do this?
Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
What's up?
I have the weirdest and most random question, but I hope you remember this. Do you remember when we were in fourth grade, Mrs. Murphy's class, and we made up that song about Denzel Washington?
Uh, it's kind of like coming to me. Can you like hum it?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It was
Can
like
you hum it?
when
Hum it.
when Denzel was a baby, a baby, a baby. When Denzel was a baby, he used to go like this. "Wah, wah," and his mom said, Denzel Washington sounds like a pretty good name.
What the hell? What is wrong with us? I remember this, but I don't actually tell you.
Oh
Okay,
my
I'm
God.
gonna call you later, but I need
Hi,
you
Allie.
to know that I'm on a podcast right now, and I'm telling this story, and they didn't believe me. So I'm so glad you confirmed.
Fact check
Allie,
confirmed.
we are so grateful that you said that you supported that one, Allie. We appreciate you.
Oh my god, it's totally true, but I just can't remember any lyrics.
And
Allie,
Allie, Denzel is watching this, so we'll
Yeah.
connect you there. Denzel's on this podcast, so
he's on the line right now.
Okay, I love you. I'll call you
bye,
later.
Allie.
See you, Allie.
Bye.
That, Kate, I'm just exactly nothing to be said. Just standing O for
Really
Kate.
think I
This-
made
yeah.
that up? How can I make that up?
No,
No,
just
no,
the fact
no.
that you went through with it and called her and
Yeah.
she knew it. And her first response wasn't like, "What are you drinking?" She just goes, "Can you
Yeah.
hum it for me? Like, give me a bar or two, and then it'll come to me."
So for anyone listening and wants to know, that's Allie Quigley, and she's my childhood friend. And
Oh,
she went
my
on to play in the
Lord.
WNBA and win championships and all these things. And she beat what's his name? I'm Chris Paul in the 3-point contest. So
What?
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
Allie. Yeah.
she's fabulous, and I've known her my whole life, and she's the best. So,
Allie,
but we used
where's
to do
Allie
weird
based?
things. What's
Where's
that?
Allie based?
Well, now she kind of splits time between all over. She retired from the WNBA. Her wife still plays in it, so they split time between Chicago and other places.
Yep.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beating Chris Paul in
What?
the 3-point contest
I-
is
That's no
heavy
joke.
duty. That's no joke.
Yeah. You should actually fact check and Google her because she's badass.
Yeah.
But going back to the question, which was DenZen's name, before we got
I hope
sidetracked.
it's better than what. Like, I can't wait to know how it's named because it's got to be
Yeah.
insane.
Now I'm actually
Yeah.
like, this is probably going to be a letdown. This
Oh,
might
named
be a
after a
letdown,
yogurt.
but
Shit, we really set the bar high, didn't we?
No.
We're fucking calling Allie and Jesus.
You didn't think I was going to do it.
Oh, that's amazing.
I respect the fact that you showed up though. That's entrepreneurship right there. Showing up.
Hey, you
know
know,
what I mean?
you can trust my word, even if it's a really weird story from decades ago.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm glad
And you
remember
remember the song. That was even better. You
Oh,
nailed
Yeah,
it.
lyrics and
was-
everything.
I don't remember all of it. I remember that part specifically. And to her point, I think she said it. I have no idea why we started
Oh,
even singing this
don't
song.
worry
You're in
about it.
fourth
It's
grade, too.
irrelevant
Yeah.
at this point.
You're
But
9 or 10 watching Denzel movies. I don't remember him making too many Christmas movies back
yeah,
then.
that's why
Yeah,
I said I don't
like-
know if we should have been
yeah.
watching movies, but we really liked Denzel Washington.
Take
but
it.
no, so DenZen, when we were thinking about this, I often have just referred to wherever I've lived as like my den. I don't know, it's just a weird Kate thing. Whether I was renting, whether we owned, etc. So den was, indicative of home, and zen is obviously, that peace of mind. But it was a layer deeper. I wanted to be able to call our employees denizens. And I don't know if you know what
Denizens.
it means, but it's like inhabitant or occupant of a particular place. And so I had this whole grand scheme in mind for like the company culture of, denizens, building DenZen, and this blueprint and all of the things. So it actually wasn't random. There was a lot of thought in it, but it's not the most like exciting story.
No, I disagree with you. I think that's really fucking exciting.
Thank you.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
the fact that you factored in your culture before anyone existed. I
Yeah.
love that. And I
Thanks.
relate to that because when I was 23 years old, I wrote
Yeah.
my first book. And in my book, it said I'm working so hard right now for my wife and for my kids. And I didn't know who my wife and kids were back then. But now I've got Kiara and I've got Zachariah. So the fact
Yeah.
that you thought about your employees before they came, you thought about that culture, I admire that.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got big Nick energy today, just like big
That's
boy over
right.
there.
You're bringing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Mm.
Wow.
Well, and
I don't know
so,
where to go from the Denzel story.
oh,
now.
I'm just,
I
I'm
mean-
still humming it in my head.
Yeah.
Pat,
Yeah.
remind me too when we were. So this is kind of cool. So you know Richard Ross that owns Quinn Residences, right?
Yeah.
So we had him on our podcast. We asked him the same question about Quinn, and it was Quintessence, right? Was the reason he named it after?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And like you talk about why people do what they do and the connection to that, and like for you with the home and the Zen, and in his case, what
Yep.
that meant to him. Like those are, I think, the people, and I don't want to disparage anyone that has a company name that's
Generic.
BLMQ or whatever.
Yeah.
But the ones that are started with that intention from the beginning, as Pat was saying,
Yeah.
mean a little bit more. Those cultures tend to, in my opinion, end up being really good cultures because
Yeah.
you're putting your energy, your heart and soul into this thing from the very beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope so. We'll see. I'll keep you posted.
Have
Oh,
you launched? Have you had a startup before? Or is this your first one?
So this is my first one with a co-founder title. I've been very early at other companies. So the last company I was at, I was employee number 2 and was there pre-seed through Series B. So kind of had a front row
So
seat.
you had a front row seat to what's going on. Got
Yeah,
it. Okay.
and then prior to that, I was, a sub first 10 employee at a couple
Yeah.
other startups. So I had
Yeah.
sort of seen the chaos, but
Yeah.
official first one with the co-founder title. So yeah.
Got it.
Mm.
What challenges have you found?
Oh gosh. People are the best and the hardest thing about business, and not just your team, but people you work with and who you choose not to work with, and all of that. And but it's why I do it. I think it's why I love early stage building. Like,
Yeah.
in some ways I think I'm a bit of a 0 to 1 machine. Like, it's really fun, and going from idea to like launch has sort of always been my superpower. So yeah.
So people is your best and your worst nightmare.
Yeah, in some ways. Yeah.
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 Okay.
I think
With
yeah,
people,
go.
I'll tell you what my wife says. She says to me, Patrick, you are a HR nightmare. I'm like, why am I an HR nightmare? She says, because you are so direct with what you want the outcome to be of that conversation that some people can't handle that. And I said, well, that's not my fault. If they can't handle it, they can't handle it. But she's right. I'm wrong. I know for a fact I'm wrong because there's certain ways that you can deliver certain news, right?
I'm crying. I'm laugh crying over here.
Right.
That's okay. Cool, man. I mean, it's a lot of emotions get shared on this podcast. It goes down.
The other reason is most
No,
of his
I
meetings, he just has underwear on, and the crew's like, "What,
Oh,
buddy?
good
This can't be
All
Lord.
that.
good."
Yeah,
I'll
that's
drink to that.
Yeah.
that can be a liability in some ways. But, I actually a little bit challenged the last one because in my experience, actually from labor and employment side of it,
Ooh, that's right. You come from the side
That's
of
what I'm
the
saying.
that fires the Pats for saying that shit.
but here's what I'll say. It often, was not necessarily the Pats. I mean, yes, sometimes there were things that just happen and it's like, oof, we can't, there's no PR or anything we can do out of this.
You
Like,
can't
we
put the
just,
genie
we
back
have
in the
to,
bottle.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's done.
part
Yeah.
ways. But I would actually say, the more complex and tricky, cases that came up internally were actually from managers who it wasn't that they did or said the wrong thing. It was that they didn't do or say anything, and people didn't know where they stood, and roles were unclear and expectations, and
Yep.
then a layoff happens, and it's like, wait a minute, hold on, I've either only received 5 stars or I've never had any opportunity
Yeah. How
to,
do I know what the
this was
bar is
coming. And
without
at
any
least,
direction?
yeah, at least what I can say from like the managers who were really direct, while, some people might not like that from a personality perspective, I think from like, a compliance perspective, it actually can be helpful sometimes because you've made it really clear. And if something doesn't happen, well, an outcome is even clearer. So
Yeah. Well,
but I don't
look,
necessarily want to encourage you. So
you know what
this
it
is
is,
not
dude.
legal advice
Yeah.
at all.
No, I'll tell you what it is. Right? I'm at a stage in my life, right? Where the days of sitting down and just talking shit are done for
Yeah.
me, right? And it's just like, this is the action item, this is the outcome, and that's the target.
Yeah.
That's what we've got to do. Let's go. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right? If I need to hold your hand throughout the process of getting that done, then what's the point of me paying you for your service and for your time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
And
don't get me wrong. As a leader, if you come up to me and you want help, 100% I'm going to help you.
yeah.
1 billion percent. It's my obligation. I will serve you. My obligation and your obligation is to serve all of our employees by
Yeah.
default. I second that. But you know what, man? At the end of the day, we are exchanging a dollar figure for everyone's ability to come and work with us so that we can grow as a company. And if we got to do 16 jobs, there's that point of it, done.
Yeah.
That point.
And I'm at a stage in my life where it's almost 3 p.m. here, and I am still drinking my iced coffee from
Right.
earlier today. That's just cold, but I didn't want you to think I was chugging chocolate milk as I have taken a few
Which would be
sips
another
here.
song. You probably have a
Not that
song for
there's
drinking your
anything
chalky milk,
wrong
but yeah,
with
that's fine.
chocolate milk, but I'm
Yeah.
not. I just have a very watered down coffee that is somehow still sustaining me.
Just
It
roll with it.
doesn't take a
Roll
lot
with
of
it.
my
I used
energy.
to drink iced coffee as well. But the thing is, I
Oh, heck
started
yeah.
as a hot
I've had my
latte at 7
third
a.m.
Dutch Brothers coffee today. So yeah.
Dutch Brothers is
So you
elite.
see, so you do drink Dutch Bros over Starbucks? Is that correct?
Me, yeah.
Yes. Why is that?
Oh, I'm a Dutch
Starbucks
Brothers.
is first of all they're communists and socialists, and then the second is no, I'm just kidding. They're not, but I mean maybe a little bit.
You have Dutch
Yeah,
Brothers
is
where you are? Pat?
I have Dutch Brothers here in
Oh,
Phoenix,
you do?
yes,
Do
and
you?
truly, like, no teasing aside, I think the Starbucks coffee is bitter, and
Mm.
some people like
Starbucks
that.
coffee
My
tastes like
wife,
ass.
we're a
disgusting.
divided house. Liz only drinks Starbucks. I drink. My daughter and I and everyone else in our family who's intelligent and has taste buds drinks Dutch Brothers. So when I get up in the morning, because I like to do things for my family, I get up early. They're asleep. I'll go grab coffee. I have to go to Dutch Brothers and Starbucks because I got to get her stupid latte thing there and then everything for the rest of us. And I still do that. I've convinced her to try it, but I just can't convince her to leave that bitter taste of the Starbucks. So for me,
Did you do the order ahead now with Dutch Bros?
I do, but I also, here's the thing. I love the community. So this ties into our podcast too. How they show up and who they are and how they
Oh.
treat me when I'm there is 90% of the reason I go there.
Like, what is their employee playbook? Because I want to
It's
know.
Dutch
unbelievable.
Bros. Is it good?
Oh my God. Nothing.
I've never been. I've seen it, but I've never been.
You'll be
Pat-
overwhelmed the first time, maybe.
I get out of my truck. Like I don't go to the drive-through because I want to spend more time with them. So I park
Okay.
every time
Yeah.
and I walk up to the
No.
window. Swear to God. I will drive through occasionally. 1 out of 25 times, I bet, is really the ratio. I get out of my truck. My daughter and I loves it too. She loves it too. So we get out, we stand at the window, we talk. The people come out and talk to us. They are they know what my dog's name are, what my kids are doing, what I do. They are the
That's
most
so
friendly,
great.
and it's authentic. Friendly. You can tell
Yeah.
it's not like tell
It's
us
not
about
like,
your
hey,
day.
how's your day? Yeah.
It
It's-
is
The first time it
pumping
threw me
music
off. The
and
first time it threw
excitement.
me off. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm
you're like whoa, whoa, whoa. I
I'm
just
gonna
want
call my
coffee.
wife.
What
I
the
did
heck
on
is
my-
Yeah.
I just want to get my wife's perspective because I don't know. Hey, Kiara, you're live on the podcast. How you doing today?
Now we're just doing.
Good.
Kiara,
Tell
what
her to
do you
close the
know
deal.
about?
Stop it.
1 second. Phil's asking for you to close the deal. We don't need that right now. So, look, quick question. What's your feedback on Dutch Bros? Have you been to Dutch Bros Coffee? Do you like them? Do you not like them? And why?
I've been there once, and then compared to Starbucks, it is, it's amazing compared to Starbucks, but it's not like unreal coffee.
Oh, okay. So everyone disagree. So far, we've got Phil Burton and Kait Feeney, who are Dutch Bros people, and they're
Stands. We're Dutch Bros stands. We're over
they're
here.
Dutch Bros
Let me
stands.
just
Yeah.
make it that simple for you. That's what I'm drinking
Oh, he's a
from.
Dutch dad.
I would
There's
choose
the
Dutch
other
Bros over
Dutch
Starbucks
one.
any day, but I also choose like
Hot dad.
Italy over anything
Wait,
else.
All
who
right,
will you
get-
choose?
She's
Italy.
choosing Dutch Bros over Starbucks. So yeah.
Yeah, she's choosing Dutch Bros. She chooses Dutch Bros over Starbucks.
Boom.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Your contribution's been valuable. Appreciate you.
So
All right,
I'll tell
so
you.
that's
I'll tell you why
interesting.
too. What I know.
I don't
of
even know
them.
that about my wife, guys. You guys help me out.
I
Thank
love
you.
that. The
Get
way
her a
they
Dutch
do
Bros
it
next
too.
time you're out.
All of their franchises are owner operator. So to get a Dutch Bros franchise, you have to work. You have to work in one and have worked in one, and you
Oh,
have to
cool.
work at the
I did
one you
not
own.
know
I
that.
believe. I don't. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
That's sort of like Chick-fil-A, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. And
okay.
so the kids that are working there and the owners are usually younger.
Yeah.
because they've worked at a Dutch Brothers and then they get to the franchise. So
I like that.
it's a culture that they hire for.
Yeah.
There's your answer, Kate, when you asked
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
They hire for it. You got to have a personality that fits that job, which
Yeah.
is tied into our businesses. When we talk about sales, you better hire salespeople that know how to sell.
Yeah.
And the energy is just, I love it so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Wow,
I
we've
want to say
covered
something
so
too.
much ground right now. I don't even
Oh,
like
it's,
I like feel like this could never end because there's so many ways we're
there's so
Yeah,
much.
nah.
Yeah.
There was
this
zero
is-
structure to this one, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had
This
no
is
control over
ADD.
this.
This is an ADD brain without Adderall.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Usually
So-
I come in and just itemize something, but I got
I'm
too excited
loving
on this
this.
one.
No,
Yeah,
this
you've piqued his interest big time. I've not seen him get this giddy and fun in a long
it's
time.
the first
so,
podcast I stood in. I stood up.
Yeah.
On TV. I stood up. For the first time.
100%.
Okay. I'm gonna write
Um,
that down on my list of
This
2025.
is a big deal. You've
The call with
accomplished a
Ali.
lot.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she hasn't texted me yet. I was looking. She's probably like, "What in the hell are you doing?"
I just can't wait for Denzel to start hitting us up because this is going to go viral. He's going to sing that song on his next red carpet. So I want to
I
talk
hope
about.
this makes its way. If anyone can
it's-
make it this way to Denzel, we'd love to meet him.
I see Tyler the Creator making this a hit. So I want to talk about what Pat said real quick though about being direct because I have that same. I'm not as direct with what I say, but I'm very big in how I say stuff sometimes, and I'm
Ooh,
quick
yeah,
with
yeah.
the wit, right? Like I have a sarcastic wit.
Yeah.
Some say I've read many books that say that's signals high intelligence, but whatever, you can believe what you want.
I believe it.
I let it rip real easy because it pops into my head.
Yeah.
And because I have a thick skin, like you can say anything you want to me as long as it's not like truly hurtful towards my family. Even
Yeah.
that, jokes are jokes. Funny's funny.
Yeah.
And because of that thick skin, I let it rip. And
Yeah.
I have
Me
and
and Phil
Pat's-
have said some real.
Oh, God, the
shit
stuff
to
we
each
say to each other. I realize now, and I love what Pat was saying a little bit ago about his journey on this is I'm realizing that just because I have a thick skin doesn't mean they do. And I got to be I got to test the waters first. I can't just hit them because
Yeah.
that's not fair to them. You got to give people a chance to show you what they're okay with.
Yeah.
And then you can go if
Yeah.
you want and let it rip and then see and test the waters a little bit. But having that self-awareness to know just because I'm okay with it doesn't mean you are.
Yeah. Yeah. My little, you might have seen it. I don't know if you did, but my little over the
Oh, I
shoulder
like that.
reminder. And this is not, I had someone ask me once, they thought that this was, a feminist take. And man, it was
Yeah.
like I was referring, but this is actually my little be kind, be brave reminder.
it.
And man, in the sense of human, not like,
Yeah.
and so I try to always, I keep that above my shoulder and I try to like always kind of, remember that, in my course of my actions and, I'm probably not always great at it either, but, that's how I try to move through the day and life and all that is like, you can say hard things, but be kind and be brave about it. So,
And it's pretty simple when you do that in life.
what are you doing? What is happening over
He's
here?
up to something. Yeah, the little mischievous, the little Assyrian
you
assassin over there.
You want to know what I'm doing?
We
Honestly,
either lost him or
I know.
no, yeah, I'm not because my time is
Now-
1 hour.
Oh.
We're at 58 minutes, so the attention's gone. So you guys
55.
were
55.
okay, all
Yeah.
right, okay.
no at 50.
No,
No, I'm saying
we were
honestly.
getting really deep and poetic, and you were like, "Not for me."
Yeah, he doesn't
Oh,
care. It's not Kate. It's
I
not
was-
about him. It's about us.
I was actually texting his son. Believe it or not.
Oh God, he's doing Pokemon stuff.
I was texting him
Oh.
because there's a holy grail card in the industry right now. It's a holy
And
grail
you
card,
have it.
and I've got it. It's the first
Oh.
edition. It's the first one. So I just messaged Matt. I'm gonna see.
You know
Wow.
what? I just thought of something, and this relates back to Allie Quigley. So the same year we created the Denzel song. I don't know if you guys remember Pogs. They were like
Pogs, what's
before
that?
Pokemon. They were like these. I don't know. They were Pogs. They were like these
Okay.
things, and you threw them and you collected them and all of that. And it was like before Pokemon was a thing. So way back. I'll send you the link. But actually, my first entrepreneurial journey was with her because we collected all these Pogs and we went to Catholic school growing up. And we had an undercover where we would sell out of the coat closet these pogs at markup that you couldn't get to our classmates. But eventually,
That's so great.
eventually, the school found out about it. Somebody told on us because you weren't supposed to be doing things like that. And, they made us take the money and plant a new flowers in the flower bed next to the church with
Aw.
it. But, I've been hustling since fourth
You're
grade, I
you're
guess.
you're an entrepreneur.
That is
and
amazing. That means you're
a
you're
top
an entrepreneur
artist.
at heart. And you know what, Kate? I will share with you. This industry is different from that perspective. Like
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Phil and I are so freaking close, all because we don't even have common business.
No,
Like we've got
he can't make me
similar
do a deal
clients.
because I've got nothing he needs. No.
Yeah, and I've got nothing he needs. So, but the thing is, we just happened to get along at one conference, and that was it.
Genuine
And
friendship. I love it.
and genuine friendships, they exist in this industry. Authenticity is
real.
real. You get some bullshit, it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But this industry really welcomes authenticity. So we highly advise and recommend that you flourish into this industry with authenticity, which you have been so
Yeah,
far.
I
we
mean,
think, yeah,
Oh.
that's like telling the
Nah,
coach
you
how to
have been.
play the game, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
this is what we love and cherish so much about this podcast is exactly who you are and how you showed up today, because the what you do is important, right? And I think you got a good opportunity to kind of explain that. People can go and reach out to you directly and get in depth.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the why and the who behind it, people are going to want to work with you because of who you are, and your team too probably represents that. And you let people see who you are. Like,
Well,
how
thanks for
important is
giving
that?
me the opportunity to do so.
No,
You opened that door, so
You showed
Yeah,
up.
but yeah, exactly. You showed up and you earned it, right? So we don't obviously we get inquiries, every couple of days we get some people wanting to get interviewed, and I promise you, I swear to God on my life, we don't accept any and everyone. You're a
Hmm.
very authentic person. We're so excited to know you. I'm personally excited to cut a deal with you guys and see what opportunity
Okay,
exists between
I'm reaching out to you.
companies. And yeah, we'll take it from there.
That
But
sounds
on that note, I'm wrapping up the podcast. Any further
I
comments, anyone?
No, thank you. Super grateful and just excited to be here. Yeah.
You
Incredible.
bet. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil, any few words before we wrap up?
No, sorry. I mean, you gave me the opportunity and I didn't say anything. I just said, this is incredible. This is why I like to do this podcast so much. And we've had so many wonderful guests too, but you have set the bar pretty damn high. I'm not going to lie. I have never seen my little Australian mate over there stand up. Usually Kate too, I'm going to say it. And I say it every podcast because I like pointing out about minute 22. He's over here bouncing and looking around, and he's just struggling with the connection because he's
Yeah.
wired up like that. He has been engaged in this from the very first second, and no shit.
56 minutes is
Yeah,
my
literally. And that is, and it's a struggle for me too, but I'm not quite a Pat yet. And he's been engaged this whole time, which it speaks volumes of you and the energy and who you are as a person. So thank you. That's how I'll finish what I have to
You
say.
made it easy. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Between Two Hats. This is Patrick Osman featuring Phillip Burton, and today we have Kait Feeney. Check you out on the next episode.